So we begin this morning just 2 weeks before Election Day, as voters in more than half of the United States can now cast ballots early. Former President Donald Trump spent yesterday in North Carolina doubling down on various false claims and continuing to disparage Vice President Kamala Harris's intelligence. Meantime, the vice president looked to broaden her support by campaigning in Wisconsin with a key Republican supporter yesterday, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney.
I think it's very important that we acknowledge, and I've said publicly, Donald Trump is an unserious man. And the consequences of him ever being president of the United States again are brutally serious.
She's a person so far left, like nobody's seen in the Senate in many, many years. But the main thing is, she's not a very bright person either. That's a really dangerous combination. Your religious liberty will be gone, your free speech will be gone, your Second Amendment will be gone, and parental rights will be gone forever.
The campaign blitz is crucial for both candidates. You're looking at our battleground tracker, and it shows Trump and Harris are effectively tied in these key states. Let's bring in CBS News campaign reporter Jake Rosen, who's following the Trump team's movements today from Washington. Jake, as we mentioned, Trump made an appearance in Asheville, North Carolina yesterday, falsely claiming once again that FEMA is giving migrants money for storm victims. Tell us about why these bits of misinformation keep coming up in what is supposed to be his closing case to the country.
Well, you're right, Errol. This is one of his closing arguments in a state that he needs to win. In North Carolina, Donald Trump won the state in his last two elections, obviously, but we've seen this kind of purple, past of North Carolina, where Barack Obama won it in 2008. Donald Trump swung a lot of those voters around. And if Donald Trump does not win North Carolina, his path to the White House becomes even more difficult. Now, in terms of the false things that Donald Trump has continued to say, it's part of his argument that he's made all across the country, right? That these voters have been left behind by the Biden-Harris administration, and that what he would do is be on the ground right away, like he has done in some of these states like Georgia and North Carolina, but also the help that he would bring. People like Elon Musk, who also has spread this false information about what happened, but that he would help bring people to assist these areas that have been absolutely devastated. We saw him yesterday around the Asheville area that we saw it completely wiped out. But again, making this message that he is showing up and that the Biden-Harris administration has left them behind, although albeit with a lot of those false claims that you pointed out.
And there's another wrinkle to those claims, because in North Carolina, Concord, in fact, he issued a new accusation insisting baselessly that Harris plans to persecute various religious groups if elected. How is this strategy resonating with religious voters?
Well, this is one of the most difficult parts of Donald Trump's campaign right now, is how does he sway some of those voters who are maybe turned off by his abortion stance, right? That he does support exceptions, that he does not want a federal ban, at least explicitly, right? But he also has to toe the line and convert a lot of these people on the fringes, people who maybe were more leaning in to vote for him, with someone like Mike Pence on the ticket versus someone like J.D. Vance, right? A loud pro-abortion, anti-abortion vice presidential running mate. We'll have to see, but again, claiming that Kamala Harris is going after you and will persecute you for being a Catholic or a Christian is simply not true. And Donald Trump has tried to, again, invoke those fears that people feel around the hurricane and around potential religious persecution in the campaign in some of these states.
All right, Jake Rosen joining us from our D.C. bureau. Jake, thanks for that.